You ever get that feeling like something's missing in your relationships? Like you can be physically close to someone, but emotionally, you're miles apart? It's wild, right? In a world where we're more connected than ever, most people don't know the first thing about real intimacy. Not just holding hands, not just cuddling, not even just sex. I mean something deeper. Something ancient. The kind of connection that doesn't fade overnight. Today we're uncovering something that almost no one talks about. A set of 5 secret positions inspired by ancient Stoic philosophy. Not physical positions, but positions of the mind, the heart, and the soul. And once you understand these, everything in your relationships changes. Not because you're trying harder, but because you're being realer. Let's get into it. So imagine this. You're sitting across from someone you care about. Maybe it's someone you've been with for years. Maybe it's someone new. You're talking, laughing, sharing a meal. But beneath it all, there's something you're both tiptoeing around. Vulnerability. That's the first secret Stoic position. Stillness. Not silence, not withdrawal. Stillness. It's the ability to be fully present without rushing to fix or judge, or fill every quiet space with noise. The Stoics believed that power lies in our ability to observe, not react. So when you're with someone you love, and you can sit in a moment of silence, not awkward silence, but safe silence, you create space for truth to show up. It might be a sigh, a glance, a single tear. But that moment, that's intimacy. It's not fireworks. It's the candle that doesn't flicker when the wind blows. I remember sitting with someone I loved years ago. We'd just fought. You know that kind of argument where neither one of you is really mad? You're just scared? Scared of losing each other. And I didn't know what to say. So I didn't say anything. I just sat there, and I waited. And she looked at me, and for the first time in hours, her shoulders dropped. Because I wasn't trying to win. I was just there. Stillness saved us that night. Now, once you master stillness, you're ready for the second position, receptivity. This one's tricky. It means dropping your armor even when you don't feel safe. Most of us have been taught to guard ourselves. Don't show too much emotion. Don't be too much. The Stoics practiced radical acceptance of pain, of joy, of change. They didn't numb themselves. They trained themselves to feel everything without becoming owned by it. Being receptive in intimacy doesn't mean being weak. It means being brave enough to let someone see your truth, even if it's messy. Let me tell you something. I once asked a man in his 60s, someone I deeply respect, what made his marriage last. You know what he said? He said, I learned to let her see me, not the man I wanted to be, but the one I really was. The scared kid, the angry man, the one who didn't always know how to love. She met me there. That's it. That's receptivity. You open the door, and when someone walks in, they see you and choose to stay. Now, the third position is devotion. Not in a religious sense, though it can be spiritual. But in a Stoic sense, devotion means aligning your actions with your values, over and over, no matter how you feel. Intimacy without devotion is like a lighthouse with no light. You're standing there, but no one can find. Let me explain. Have you ever said, I love you to someone and then hurt them the next day? Not because you're cruel, but because you let your impulses speak louder than your principles? We've all done it. We snap, we shut down, we ghost, we give up. But Stoics believe that love isn't a feeling, it's a discipline. That means showing up even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. There was a man, Epictetus, who said, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. That goes for love too. Don't talk about your loyalty. Show up when it's raining. Don't promise them forever. Be their peace today. I had a friend, used to stay up late just so he could hear his partner's voice after her night shift. They didn't have much money. They didn't go on fancy trips, but they were rooted in each other. Devotion. Not loud, not grand, but steady as hell. The fourth Stoic position, curiosity. Now this one surprises people because Stoics are seen as stone-faced philosophers, but they were endlessly curious about the world, about human nature, about themselves. In relationships, curiosity is what keeps love from going stale. You know what kills most intimacy? Assumptions. I already know how she feels. He never changes. She's always like that. The moment you stop being curious, you stop seeing the person in front of you. You start reacting to a version of them you created in your head. True intimacy says, help me understand you today. Even if I've known you for 20 years, even if I saw you yesterday. Because you're not the same person today. Neither am I. Curiosity is how you keep rediscovering each other. It's how you fall in love again and again. I once asked a couple, married 40 years, how they kept it alive. The husband looked at me and said, every few months I ask her, what are you dreaming about lately? And every time she surprises me. That's curiosity. And it might be the purest form of love. And finally, the fifth secret Stoic position, compassionate detachment. This one's the hardest, because it asks you to love without clinging, to hold someone fully, but loosely. Stoics taught that everything we love is on loan from the universe. Nothing belongs to us. Not even the people we cherish most. That doesn't mean you don't care. It means you stop trying to control what isn't yours. I knew a woman who once told her partner, I love you. I don't need to keep you. I just want to walk beside you as long as you choose to stay. He married her a year later. When you love someone from a place of freedom, it's magnetic. You're not grasping, you're not begging, you're offering. That's real intimacy. Compassionate detachment means, I love you enough to let you grow, even if that growth scares me. It means staying rooted in yourself while offering shade to another. No guilt, no manipulation, just love that honors both souls, not just one. Stillness, receptivity, devotion, curiosity, compassionate detachment. These are the 5 secret Stoic positions that reshape how we love, how we connect, how we exist in another person's life. And no, they won't get you instant results. This isn't a quick fix. This is a practice, a way of being. When you embody these principles, people feel safer with you. Not because you're perfect, but because you're present. Not because you never mess up, but because you always come back to center. Let me leave you with this. Intimacy isn't about how often you touch someone. It's about how deeply you know them and how willing you are to be known. That's Stoicism at its core. Self-mastery in the service of love. So the next time you're with someone you care about, try being still. Try listening, not fixing. Try asking questions with no agenda. Try letting go of control. Try showing up, not just for them, but for the kind of connection you want to build. Because the truth is, the most powerful intimacy doesn't happen in grand moments. It happens in the quiet ones. And once you master these 5 Stoic positions, you won't just love better. You'll become unforgettable. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment about which of these 5 positions you're working on. And remember, mastery doesn't come overnight, but every step you take makes you a little more magnetic. See you in the next one.